Welcome to Algebra. Our first lesson today is on evaluating expressions. Expressions mean that there is no equal sign. An equation has an equal sign. We'll get to those later. Right now we do what I call plug and chug. That means we have an expression, we plug in a value, and then we say what is the answer. So evaluate all these that are above. When x equals 5, y equals 2, c equals 12, and d equals -3. So if it's 5x and x equals 5, we just say 5 times 5 equals 25. If it is 14 over y when y equals 2, we just say 14 over 2 equals 7. If it is 8 minus c when c equals 12, we say 8 minus 12 equals -4. And if it's d plus 5 when d equals -3, we say -3 plus 5 equals 2. I like to double line my answers so you know what I've got there. What about exponents? What does z to the 5th equal? Well, we can just write it out if we want. Z, and I always put a little line on my z so you know I'm not writing a 2. Z to the 5th equals z times z times z times z times z 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So if we were to say if z equals 2, it would be the same as 2 to the 5th, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 4 times 4, 16 times 2 is 32. So write these out and evaluate. 1/2 to the 3rd means 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2, which is 1 over 8. Because when we are multiplying fractions, we just multiply the top and multiply the bottom. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. If we are doing 5 to the 4th, it's 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which I happen to know off the top of my head is 625. If we're doing something to the 1st, well, that's just once. That's it. So there's an invisible 1. And we'll say this about 10,000 times between now and the end of the year. There's an invisible 1 everywhere on any number that does not have an exponent. This is not a 1. It's a 0, and anything to the 0 equals 1. Why? Well, that's a complicated question. We'll get to it when we do exponents. So here's some practice problems for you. If you want to pause the tape and try them on your own, go for it. But I'm going to do them right away. This is 2 to the 4th, which is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 16. This is y to the 3rd, which is 3 to the 3rd, which is 3 times 3 times 3, 27. This is x times y, which is 2 times 3, which is 6. 6 times y, which is 6 times 3, which is 18. This is y over 6, which is 3 over 6, which is 1/2. Could we write that as a decimal? Yes, we could. We'd rather leave it as a fraction. Us math geeks like it that way. Don't ask why. 11 minus 3 is 8. And that's it. Flip page over, and we'll try some order of operations. How would we calculate 27 divided by 3/2 times 2 minus 3? Well, I happen to know that the first thing you want to do is your parentheses. So I would rewrite it as 27 divided by 3 squared times -1. So now we've got our parentheses. Next thing I would do would be the exponents, which is 27 divided by 3 squared is 9 times -1. And now I know that we do division or multiplication first, usually multiplication, unless division comes first in order. So it would be 27 over 9 is 3. That's a little arrow saying we're going to finish the problem up here. And 3 times -1 is -3. So that's called PEMDAS. And it stands for parentheses. And I'm out of room, so I'll cut it across. Exponents multiply, which I'm going to abbreviate, divide, which I'm not going to abbreviate, add, and subtract. And, as I just noted, these two are left to right. So if you come across a division before multiplication, you would do it if that's all that's left in the equation. Same thing for these two. So addition and subtraction are done left to right. How do you remember this? Well, there's a nice little saying they put in. It's called, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." And that's just to remember, PEMDAS. If you're ever taking a test on this, I would write it down in vertical line. PEMDAS. And I just showed that you get -3. That's the one we did up above. So practice. Well, the first thing we do here is parentheses. And again, you may want to pause the recording right now so you can practice on your own. 7 times 5. And that equals 35. Here we do the exponent first. 20 minus 16. That equals 4. Here we do the exponent first. 2 times 9 plus 4. Then we do the multiplying first. 18 plus 4. 22. Here we do the power first, the exponent first. 32 divided by 8 plus 6. Then we do the division first. 32 divided by 8 is 4. And then we just add them. And that's it. And this is a little bit of both, where we evaluate expressions and we need to do order of operations. So we're going to plug in the number first. 7 times 4 minus 8. What do we do first? Well, the parentheses. So we get a 7 times a -4. And 7 times -4 is -28. Here we plug in 15 plus 4 squared minus 4. And 4 squared is 16. So 15 plus 16 minus 4. And then we do them left to right. 15 plus 16 is 31. 31 minus 4 is 27. And here we just plug them in. 9 times 4 over 3 times 4 plus 2. Now, when we have division, we do top and bottom. Well, actually, we have some parentheses here, so we have to do 9 times 4 over 3 times 6, which is everything on top of the dividing sign, 36. Everything on the bottom is 18. Get 2. That's it. Hope this was helpful. Good luck.